Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about graphing slope-intercept form. Function form is also the same thing, it's just another name. So I'm just going to write this, and which is going to be the same thing as slope-intercept form. And you guys also know this by its equation. And there are some great YouTube videos out there about this. Y equals mx plus b. Now, one of my favorite things about this is that it's pretty quick and easy. Instead of having to find all of these points, we're just going to graph it. So let's start with ones that are in slope-intercept form. 3x plus 2. Okay, so my slope, is going to be 3 over 1. And remember, my b value, or my y-intercept, is 2. Because this is just really y equals mx plus b. So when we graph this, we're going to say, okay, let's check let me just label my axes. I would just always label my axes for you guys, just in case there was any sort of confusion or mix-up. And so I'm going to start at 2. So let's say, let me just put some points on here, some lines to help us out. So if I have my begin at 2, I'm going to put my dot at 2. Then my slope tells me to rise over run. So I'm going to go up 3, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we have to move over 1. I'm going to put a dot there. And just like in board games, you don't have to start over. You just keep going from that spot. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to move over 1, and I'm going to put a dot. And the best part, then all you have to do is connect your lines. For most of the graphs that we're going to be doing this with, you need at least 3 points. So let's say a minimum of 3 points. And by points, I mean coordinate points, not basketball points, not soccer goals. Minimum of 3 points. Okay? So let's try another one. Because these are really fun, but let's look and see. Let me try and make this one a little bit more even. Because what we want to make sure that we're doing is that I want to make sure that you guys know that if it's a positive slope, if it's a negative slope, what it is. Okay, so we're gonna start with this one. So negative 2/3 x plus a negative 1. So one of the things that's great about this, you want the b value, or you want your slope in fraction form. So for those of us who don't like fractions, we don't have to worry about it because it still just stays there that way. So one of the things that I really like doing is I like listing it out. So m is my slope, and I know this is negative 2 over a positive 3, or I can change it if I need to if I run out of graph, where it's a positive 2 over a negative 3. Now my y-intercept, my b value is negative 1. So I'm going to start at negative 1 on the y-axis, and that's what I put in. So really, this is just the coordinate point 0, negative 1. Now, so I'm going to do this 2 different ways. I'm going to show you negative 2, positive 3 in blue, and then I'll change it to green for the other one. So I don't forget, I'm going to put a box around it. So let's see, down 2, left 3, and then I'm going to go down 2, left 3. Okay, now going the other way, starting from my slope-intercept, if I went up 2, I would have to go left 3, and I'm so sorry. When I was doing this, it was supposed to be down to right 3. Miss Curtin does remember the difference between left and right. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. And see how they all end up lining up, and they would line up better Yes, I know, I have trouble with straight lines. So ideally, you should be able to take a ruler and draw a straight line through all of your points. And remember, we are looking for a line, not a line segment. And this is how we're actually going to start graphing. We started with our table just to help you get used to it, but now we're really graphing in our function form. Okay? If you have questions, please let me know.